Have you ever been in your sleep cycle and you had a sense of foreboding or a sense of something is watching you or in your bedroom? You could be experiencing sleep paralysis. In this short video, I'm going to show you what exactly sleep paralysis is, and then I'm going to give you 4 things to do to stop it dead in its tracks when it happens. First things first, sleep paralysis is also called sleep atonia. And atonia means that something is paralyzed or not moving. And the reason why nothing is moving is that your brain is producing amino acid neurotransmitters called GABA and glycine. And these two work together to stop your muscles from moving. Here's why. It's for your own safety. Because if it didn't do this, you would act out your dreams. So every time you got in a fight, you might punch somebody that's in your bed. Or next time you feel like you're running like Forrest Gump, you could literally be throwing yourself out of the bed because your limbs are moving. So it's for your own protection that your brain produces these amino acid neurotransmitters. Now I'm going to give you 4 steps that if you memorize these, they will work up to 75% of the time. The first 3 are things that you need to practice while you're awake, but the 4th one, and we'll get there in just a second, is something you can do right now. So number 1 is that you need to do what's called a cognitive reappraisal. And that simply means cognitive is the way that you think, the way that your brain works. And an appraisal is when you assess the value of something or what it is. So if you're reappraising it, that means that you're going to change the value of what you've given it or change what you think it is in the first place. And part of that reappraisal is understanding this is not a ghost. This is not a demon. This is not a monster. This is not a witch. It's literally your brain playing tricks on you. Number 2, you need to emotionally and psychologically distance yourself from the problem. And the way that you do that is remembering these facts. The first one is that 8% of the population, at least in the United States, will experience this on a periodic basis. And that means that at any given time, it's not just you that's seeing and sensing these things in your room, but it's up to 24 million other people. But if you can remember that this is not just happening to you, it's happening to lots of other people, that will help you to emotionally and psychologically distance yourself from it. Number 3, you need to hyper focus on something that is emotionally positive. And that means for some people, it's prayer. For other people, it's thinking of someone or something that gives you great joy or peace. Some people will picture their mother's face. Some people will picture a caregiver that they love and they know that loves them. And the reason why you do this is that your frontal parietal region that is actually running what's happening in your brain during the time that you're sleeping, the thing is, they have very limited bandwidth. And that means that they can only do so many things at once without shutting down another process. So if you are hyper focusing on something that gives you peace, something that is emotionally positive, like prayer, or like something that gives you peace, a person or a situation, those frontal lobes will stop having the bandwidth to continue with the hallucination. And number 4, and this one is super important because the other 3, you need to practice those when you're awake so that you can get used to doing them. But this one is different. You can do this one today. And number 4 is that you focus on moving a small body part. Move your eyes back and forth, or move your fingertip, or move a toe. Try to move your tongue. Try to even move your eyebrows. Here's why. If you do this, that motor function will shut down the ability for that hallucination to continue. So if you can just move your eyes back and forth, move your eyebrows up and down, move your fingertips, move a toe, move your tongue, you will find out that all of a sudden you will come out of that stage of sleep and you will be awake and you'll no longer be hallucinating. Now, empirical studies have shown this to work 50% to 75% of the time. That may not sound like a lot, but if you could stop this 3/4 of the time dead in its tracks, you would take that. So the next time that you're sensing something is watching you, or you're sensing a feeling of terror because there might be something or someone in your room, I want you to remember it's your brain playing tricks on you, and you don't have to be afraid, because if you remember these things, you can stop hallucinations dead in their tracks.